Hey guys, how are you today? Welcome. If you are new to me, my name is Krista Tyus. I help tax and accounting professionals from all around the world get more clients and utilize social media to grow their virtual tax and accounting business. So I'm super excited today because we are going to be talking about how to onboard your tax clients virtually. So this is going to be a series of how to just work virtually, period, because never before one has it been needed, right? And it's just time, right? We've been talking about virtually for the past couple of years now since we've been teaching. This has been our core methodology, is really teaching you guys how to run virtual firms. And so I'm really excited to really go through kind of like the nuances, like the behind the scenes back office setup that you need in order to onboard your clients virtually. So if you're catching this in a replay, go ahead and tell me, hey, say hi, and let me know where you are tuning in from. What city, what state, what country you are tuning in from. And of course, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them live if you are tuning in live. But if this is a replay, still go ahead and drop your questions below. I do go back at least once a week. If not, we're trying to get it done sooner than that. But I do go back and answer all of you guys' questions and view all of your comments. So definitely feel free, even if you're catching this in a replay, to go ahead and make sure you type your questions below. So let's get a few things cleared, right? So, before we were working brick and mortar, right? Now we're working virtually, especially, where the world is at now. It's even required for most states. A lot of states still haven't fully reopened. It's still the matter of protecting ourselves with masks and, that PPE, just that personal protection equipment. So never before really has it just been necessary to work virtually. And honestly, even before COVID, like I said, we have always, taught you guys how to work virtually and that you should be working virtually, right? There wasn't really any systems and softwares really set up to support this type of work. But now you can be living in Michigan, like me, and help a client in California with these. You can get clients from all over the country, right? California, New York, Florida, Texas. You don't have to be restricted to just the 5 to 10 mile radius around your office or around your home. So feel empowered that yes, you can get clients from all over the country and you can virtually onboard them. So today I want to actually walk you through those nuances, right? On how you're actually going to virtually onboard them and start your virtual workflow process. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is share my screen with you guys. So, let's go to share screen and bam. All right. So, one of the softwares that we're going to recommend to you is a software called Onboardable. So, this software just came out probably less than 4 weeks ago, the date of this video being aired. And it's going to allow you to grow your virtual tax and accounting firm with one software solution. So, Onboardable is going to help you onboard any tax and accounting client anytime from anywhere in the world with one powerful virtual practice management platform. Now, you can get signed up for a free 14-day trial after this training video if you want to kind of test it out for yourself, right? And see how you're actually going to incorporate it into your practice. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit the login button because I'm already signed up, right? And I want to show you how you're actually going to utilize this system to work virtually with your clients. So, when you immediately sign in, you're going to see your dashboard. So, you're going to see your total revenue, right? All of the money that you're going to make. You can get paid through Onboardable. They have a Stripe integration that you're going to sync up to. You see your onboarding status of all of your pipeline. So people that have been invited, people that are in progress and then completed. You also see your 30-day lead opportunity. So what this means is that this is synced to your CRM management over here. So Onboardable is tracking all of your leads, and it's actually calculating and tabulating the total value of all of your leads. So I have a total value right now of $92,000 in leads, and I have 8 leads right now in my CRM and Onboardable. And it says my top lead source is Facebook. So the majority of my prospects that I'm meeting are coming from the Facebook platform. In a minute, very soon, you're going to be able to see your calendar, and you're going to be able to see all of your tasks outstanding right here. Now, this workflow graph, this just kind of shows you a quick snapshot of the different types of services that your firm is working on. So individual tax, business, bookkeeping, CFO services, tax planning, tax resolution, and payroll. So you can onboard literally any tax and accounting client with this system. So the very first thing that you want to do when you sign up for Onboardable is you want to upload your profile picture and your business image. And the reason why you want to do this is because when your clients log into their client portal, you want it to be branded, right? So you're going to simply just upload a nice picture of yourself, and you're going to change your business image. Now you can, let Onboardable know what services you offer. So if you don't offer CFO services, you can simply uncheck it. And now Onboardable won't show that to prospects that sign up. Well, for me, I offer all services. So I'm going to leave all of those checked on my end. The great part about Onboardable is the invitation link. So the reason why I like having the ability to have your clients onboard themselves is because you literally can onboard people that you don't even know, people that have just been following you on social media, people on like YouTube or on Facebook, on Instagram. You can literally wake up to new people in your Onboardable system that have signed up for your service, right? Which is always fun. So what you want to do is copy your URL. Now, one of the things that I've been doing is shortening my URL links. So what I do, I use bit.ly. Bit.ly is a free link shortener. And you want to shorten all of your links, right? So this is my Onboardable link right here, onboardable.com/client /invitation /Krista Tyus /Krista, right? So what I did, I went to this free, bit.ly is free. And I typed in my Onboardable invitation link, and I shortened it to bit.ly /tax onboarding 2020. You see that? So now this is the link that people are going to use when they actually log on to become a client. So what you want to do is you want to get all of your clients this onboarding link to your onboarding system. So what I want to do is I'm going to log out of Onboardable really quick because I want to demonstrate to you how you're actually going to let your clients and prospects onboard themselves, right? So what I can do right here, I can go to my Facebook page, and let's just say I want to start working with my friends on my Facebook friends list, right? I have almost 5,000 friends, and I'm pretty confident I can get 50 to 100, if not more of them as a tax client, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hi, internet family. We are accepting a few tax clients for this season. If you would like to work with my firm, click here to get started. And then I'm going to put my onboarding link. Now, what I want to do is also make this post a little bit of fun, right? So I'm gonna grab a GIF, right? And let's see, who can we put up? Let's put up Oprah. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to find a GIF of Oprah. I'd like this one right here. Bam. So this is what my post looks like. It says, hi, internet family. We are accepting a few tax clients for this season. If you would like to work with my firm, click here to get started. So let's say work with my firm and get your individual and business taxes professionally filed. There we go. That's a little bit more specific, right? Click here to get started. And now I can post this, and now I can get in front of a lot of my friends, hundreds, if not thousands of them, to start onboarding themselves. I also can take this link and I can email it to my entire client list. I also can take this same link and text it to my friends, my family. I also can take this entire link and actually personally invite people, right? So I can find, let's just say, my brother on social media, right? So let's just say, let's try to find my brother Richard. and I can actually send this. Okay, so let's send it to this Richard, right? And I can personally invite him to say, hey, I'm accepting. Hey, Richard, I'm accepting a few clients. Click here to get started. So this is what you want to do. And as soon as people click on your link, this is where it's going to take them. It's going to take them to virtually onboard themselves. So this is what it looks like. So mine's is for my firm, right? So it says register for Krista Tyus and Associates Co., right? And it has my picture and my business name. So what your prospects are going to do, they're going to put in their email, their first name, their last name, phone number, address, zip, city, state, password, and then they're going to be able to select the services that they want. The great part about Onboardable is that, you can onboard more than just a tax client, right? You can onboard a bookkeeping client, a CFO client, a tax planning client, a tax resolution client, a payroll client, right? And so what you want to do, your client can select all of these services, or they can select one or two, whichever ones that they need. This also works as kind of like a mini marketing, right, activity or campaign for your clients, because some of your clients might not even know that you even offer, let's just say, tax planning, and they might see it as an option right here and be interested in that service. So that's just a little something that can actually help you, deepen your client relationships. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to act like I just registered, and now I'm going to sign in. So this is what's going to happen after your prospect registers within Onboardable for your client portal. They are going to be taken to their login as a client screen, and they're going to be able to log into their back office, right? Now, this is how their back office looks. It says, welcome to Krista Tyus and Associates, which is my firm, right? And it has my business logo and it has my picture up here. So it's branded to me. And on the left-hand side right here, they see their services, my documents, my billing, and their profile. And as you see, they see all of their services that they also signed up for. And they have very specific questionnaires for all of their very specific services, and they can see where they're at in the process, right? Where they're at with getting this particular service completed. So what your client is going to do, they're going to go to their onboarding questionnaire and they're going to fill out this questionnaire. So this was a questionnaire for tax resolution, for instance, right? So they're going to fill all of this out, and you can customize your questionnaires. The great part about Onboardable is that they already pre-fill your questionnaire. So you don't have to think about, well, what questions should you be asking? It's already there. You can just take questions away or add questions in as you see fit. Now, once your client is done with this, they're going to submit the questionnaire over to you. Okay. What they're also going to do is start to upload all of their documents. And again, they can do this from their cell phone, right? I'm on my computer, but your client can actually log in from their cell phone. So what you want to do is have your client upload all of their documents, right? Their 1099s, their W-2s, their mortgage interest statement. They're simply going to browse their computer for their document and simply upload it just like this in a matter of seconds. And what they're going to do is name this document. So I'm going to name this document 2020 W-2 for, let's just say, McDonald's, right? And I'm going to send that to the professional. So now the professional just got notified that this client, Maria, just uploaded a 2020 W-2 for McDonald's, right? I just got the notification on my phone that my client just did that. They also can see documents from you. So when you send a engagement letter, when you send anything, they will be able to see that right here within their portal. They also will be able to sign that engagement letter directly here within Onboardable. Right. So you want to use this feature to constantly, get over required information to your client. So let's just say your client, you needed to get over their let's just say you wanted to get over their what is that called, the bank application, right? Maybe your client doesn't pay up front, but they pay with the bank application. Well, your client, you can submit over that bank application to be signed. Just little nuances that you can get over to your client. So I just signed my engagement letter for 2020. Right after I signed it through DocuSign, it automatically loaded here within my documents and sent it to my professional. So now my professional just has this tax resolution engagement letter that I just signed, right? And it says reply 2021. And then now it says, instead of saying I had to sign, now it says already signed, right? So this is how your client is going to get over all their documents to you. Now, if they're on their phone, they can take a picture of their documents and just send it to you, right? They're going to take a picture of their documents. They're going to browse this. The browse feature is going to browse their files on their phone, their pictures on their phone, and then they can upload the pictures of those documents. So either or, if they're from their computer or their cell phone, they'll be able to get over those docs. Now, let's just say you want to get paid, right? You can submit your bills to your client securely. So she already paid her payroll service. She already paid her deposit for taxes, right? I sent her a deposit first, remember? So she already paid that $100. And now let's just say I'm waiting for her to pay these other bills, right? So she has a $1,750 business tax bill, right? That's due. So this is where your client can track all of their bills and securely click with Stripe to pay. They also can click this little icon that says pay using previous card because we are integrated with Stripe. And so Stripe has already securely saved that card information. So they don't have to enter that information in again. Now, let's just say they need to know, like, what else do they need to do, right, to onboard themselves? So they're going to hit on My Services, and then they're going to toggle to their service type that they want to, gain more information about. So now they see here on the business tax return that it has a due date of March 8th, 2021. It's assigned to Krista Tyus, me, the team member. I also can chat with my professional right here within the portal, right? So if I wanted to say something, I can. So I see that my professional already sent me a chat. She says, "Hi, Maria. Thanks so much for sending over those docs. This is confirmation. We have received them and we are reviewing. We will be in touch within 3 to 5 days with your completed tax return. If you have any questions before then, kindly send us a message here. Talk to you soon." Right. And so I sent the message back just to be funny. I said, "Hey, what's up with my tax return, homie?" Right. So you can communicate with your tax clients, bookkeeping, CFO clients right here through the system of Onboardable and keep your chat messages right here logged. So let's go back to that service type. So your client actually sees what they have to do, right, in order to onboard themselves. So they see that they have to complete their client organizer, they have to upload all tax documents, they have to upload their prior year tax return if they're a new client, they have to review and sign their engagement letter, pay their first invoice, and then when they get right here, it says your tax and accounting pro is working on your file. They actually see what you are working on and what all you have completed. So you can change these out. Onboardable gives you these predefined work step-by-step flows that your client will go through. But let's just say you don't send a deposit. Well, on your side, and I'll show you how to do that in just a second, you can actually change this out to pay first deposit. You can delete it completely, or you can change it to sign your bank statement, or not your bank statement, but your bank application, right? If your client is opting to pay for their tax preparation services out of their refund, right? So you can rename and delete and control the workflow steps that your client has to go through in order to be onboarded. You also want to set due dates for your client. So you want them to know, like, listen, I need you to upload all your tax documents by this day. I need you to pay this engagement letter by this day, right? So you're setting clear expectations on when you need work done. And then as they submit this work, they're going to hit the submit for review button. And then you're going to be notified that your client has uploaded their prior tax return or uploaded tax documents, right? Now, your client can see again where you're at in a process. So, again, Onboardable already has your workflow checklist here, but again, you can modify this on your side as well. So, right here it says review all source documents, review questionnaire, complete tax return and tax software, review tax return to ensure all available credits and deductions are claimed, review tax return for errors and accuracy, and that's where I left off at, right? So my client still sees that I have 3 more steps left within this workflow process before I'm actually completed with her file. The other thing is you can request additional documents from your client. So when they click on upload all tax documents, it actually populates additional items that you can request from them. So let's just say you notice that they didn't submit over their 1099, right? Or their mortgage interest statement. Well, I can request those additional documents from them right down there. So let me see if I can give you an example of what that looks like. So bam, for instance, this is her individual tax return. So when I click on upload all tax documents, I can see where it says your professional has requested these items from you. I can see that my professional, which is myself for this tutorial, has requested my pension from my any government that I worked at. Right. They also requested my 1099 for Social Security. Right. So you see those notes right there. So I can securely upload all of this information to my client to get over these additional requested items. And now you can see that, she's already completed all of her steps for this particular file. This case has already been completed on the professional side as well. And so this job was actually completed and closed out, which now has a completed button. So your client can see at any given moment, like where they're at. So it kind of mimics kind of like the Where's My Refund tool. If you guys are familiar with the popular IRS Where's My Refund, Onboardable wanted to help you with where's my tax resolution case at? Where's my tax planning? Where's my business tax return? Where's my individual tax return? They wanted your clients to be able to, at any given moment, log in here and see exactly where you are with the process and exactly what they need to do in order to get this process moved along. And it's going to be very powerful to have this level of transparency with your clients because they see what they need to do, right? So no more begging them to send over additional documents and begging them to get over required items. They already know what they need to do and they know what due dates they need to do it by. And they see exactly what you're doing. So they're not confused at where their file at is in the process. So this is your entire client portal, right? This is your client portal. Now let's log out and let's go back to the professional portal. Right. So let's go back to the professional portal. So I'm going to log back into Onboardable. And we are going to log back in with my professional credentials. And let's start to manage it on our side, right? So what we want to do is as you give out your link, your onboarding link, all your new prospects, all of your new clients are going to appear right here in your client management section. So you're going to be able to see, who this person is, what did they sign up for? You'll be able to see their basic demographic info, right? Their address, city, state, and what services they signed up for. What you want to do is you want to immediately come to your client management right here, and you want to add their job to the jobs management. So this person signed up for individual tax return, and I've already added this job to her job management. So that's what you want to do first. You want to look at who all has onboarded themselves, and you want to look at their file, take that action, and you want to make sure that you actually add these jobs to their file. You also can make notes within this file, right? So I made a note. I said I spoke to Rachel and she will be sending over her W-2 from state of Michigan by Friday, January 15th, 2021. It logs who made that comment at what day and time, right? So you can log very internal messages for you and your team so you can keep track of where this client is at. I also can hit this chat button to securely chat with my client as well. Now, once that job is added in a jobs management, now you're going to see all your jobs here. So I see all of my individual tax returns, my payroll, my tax planning, my CFO services, my bookkeeping. I see everything, right? So let's say we want to go to Faith Evans. We want to go to her individual tax return. So you're going to click on here. And immediately what you want to do is make sure that you assign a due date and you want to assign it to a team member. The reason why is because you want to be able to keep track of your workflow, right? How many times has a client been left in a lurch because you just forgot about them, or, they forgot to send over their documents and they just kind of got lost in the pile of other clients. You want to make sure that you and your team are staying on track. So go ahead and assign due dates immediately to all of your jobs. Make this a best practice. You also want to assign it to applicable team members. So I have my team members here. So in this case, I just assigned it to myself, but I also can assign it to Rachel, right? So I'm going to rechange this and assign this out to Rachel. Now, the second thing that I do, and I typically look at a job, whatever it is, whether it's taxes, bookkeeping, is that normally I like to send a deposit. Right? I don't want to waste my time working on a client's file if they aren't going to be serious and pay for services. So what I normally do would go ahead and generate a new bill. When you generate a new bill, you can go ahead and say how, like when this bill should be due, how much you can apply sales tax if your state requires that. And then you could put a description. So you can say deposit for 2020 taxes, for instance. So I've already sent Faith Evans a deposit for $100. I also will see all of the documents and files that this prospect will upload. So as soon as she uploads her W-2, her 1099s, her mortgage interest, whatever she uploads is going to appear right here under the document files manager. I also can send her my engagement letter. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to browse. I'm going to look for my engagement letter, right? For instance. So let's look for the engagement letter. Bam, let's just choose anyone right now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to name it, right? So this is the individual taxes. So I'm just going to call it 2020 tax engagement, right? Now I can imply that this is an e-signature. So I'm going to hit e-signature required. And now I'm going to send it to this client. I just got notified that my professional sent me something to sign. So it says document has been requested by Krista Tyus for individual tax return of Faith Evans, right? So I just got that notification on my phone. Now, what I want to do, I want to take my engagement letter, and Onboardable gives you they give you templates to use. But let's just say I've already completed this engagement letter for my client, Faith Evans. So what I'm going to do here is just indicate where I want her to sign. And then now I'm going to send it to my client. Now that was just securely sent to Face Portal. And again, she's already received her notification that you are requesting this additional document from her. Now, this is your step-by-step workflow for your client. These are the steps that your client has to take in order to become finished with their service, right? In order to be onboarded and for you to actually start your workflow. Again, you can change out these steps individually for a client, or you can change it globally. So I'll show you how to do that in just a second. So what I want to do is I want to immediately come in here, like I said, and set some due dates, right? I typically like to get my tax returns back to my clients within 3 to 5 business days. So I see that she onboarded herself on 12/28. So this is just a sample tutorial purpose, right? Originally, because we like to get our tax returns back within 5 to 7 business days, this tax return would have been back to this client no later than February. No later than January 4th, right? So let's just pretend that she onboarded January this time. So again, we're just going to look at 5 to 7 days from the time that they are invited and onboard themselves to actually put that due date. So you just want to have this as a best practice, as stated earlier. You want to have your time frame in which you give back tax returns or completed work to your clients. And a best practice, especially during tax season, is about 5 to 7 days. It's great if you can do it within 24 hours, right? Go ahead and still say it's going to take 5 days and turn it back within 24 to 48 hours, but give yourself that extra time so you can take your time. They can have time enough to upload all their documents, and you can really ensure that the tax return is correct and accurate and that you've done your due diligence. So what you want to come in here and do is make sure that they submit over this required documentation by a certain time so that you and your team can make sure that you guys get your work completed, right? So I'm just going to go in here and list all these due dates. And I want to have this returned back to her by no later than February 1st, right? Because today is the 25th. And then we're going to review, possibly hop on a Zoom session on February 2nd to actually review her tax return. Okay. So now that I've set her due dates, now all I have to do is wait for my client to submit over their questionnaire. Now, once they do submit over their questionnaire, I'm going to have all of their good information down here that they filled out. And what I want to do immediately is I want to actually mark information received and onboard this client. So I'm actually going to say, yes, I want to onboard this client now because I received her her documentation. Oh, and actually, it said that the client hasn't filled out her questionnaire. So we'll have to do another example for you guys. But this is where you want to go after they submit their questionnaire to you and they filled it out. You actually want to mark it received and actually onboard the client so you can start your workflow process. So that's just an example for the individual tax return. Bookkeeping, payroll, all of that is very similar, right? You still are going to assign your due dates on when you want this file completed for this period. You're going to send out your bills to your clients. You're going to manage all of their documents here. And then you're actually going to manage their workflow steps, right? So I've already received this bookkeeping client. She's already started the process. So what I can do is actually start marking some of this stuff completed because she's already started a lot of this stuff. Now, when you click on this little icon right here, it actually shows your work checklist for bookkeeping, right? So this is the items that you want to assign out to your team. So this one says record and reconcile financial transactions from bank feed, reconcile bank and credit card statements, reconcile loan and balance sheet accounts. So I can start systematically assigning these very specific tasks to members on my team or myself, right? So we all know who's responsible for what and when is it due, right? So everyone is on the same page. So you're going to have all these workflows for everyone. You're going to add in your staff members in here so I can securely add in a staff to help me out. Any assistant bookkeepers, outsourced tax professionals. You want to make sure that everyone is inputted in here to actually help and assist with the workflow. Service management, this is where you're going to manage your documents, workflows, and questionnaire. So let's look at documents. Onboardable gives you some defined engagement letters for your clients. So all you have to do is actually download this engagement letter, for instance, right? I'm going to download it right now. I'm going to pop it up. And so it's already kind of branded to Onboardable. So what you can do, you can actually take out Onboardable's logo and put your own logo in here. And now whenever you have a client, you can just simply change out this information right here, right? That's already highlighted. You know where to change and correct information. And then you're going to go to Onboardable, go to that particular client, and then you're actually just going to send over this engagement letter and request the e-signature like I just showed you a few moments ago, right? So you want to do that for all of your clients. Make sure that you have your engagement letters for your CFO services, your bookkeeping, your tax resolution, what have you. Okay, so that's in your documents. The other thing is Onboardable acts as like a virtual file cabinet, right? So you can add in documents right here in your virtual file cabinet. So before your tax office and bookkeeping office, you had a whole bunch of file cabinets, credenzas, all that good stuff, right? So now it's all kept virtually. So now I can find forms and files that I actually want to keep, and then I can actually file it in one of these virtual file cabinets that I have here that's already predefined for you. The other thing is your workflows. So this is where you manage your client steps. So I showed you what the client portion looks like, but you might want to change out some of these steps. So Onboardable makes it really easy because all of this is pre-built for you. You don't have to build this. All you do is have to change it out to your preference. So if your workflow for your client to be onboarded is different than this, then go ahead and delete it or go ahead and add in a step, right? You can modify these steps, add them, delete them as you like. So remember your manage client steps. These are the steps that your client sees in their client portal, the things that they typically have to do in order to be successfully onboarded. And you can toggle down to different service types. And again, Onboardable already has these steps already listed for you depending on the service that you're offering. Now, again, if you don't offer the service, I showed you how to turn it off in your profile, but guess what? You also can turn it off right here in your workflow step. So if you don't offer payroll, just turn it off, right? If you offer payroll, turn it back on. So that's how you easily turn off and on services that your client can onboard for. Because remember, when they onboard themselves, they're going to indicate which services they'll like to sign up for. Now, you're also going to do the same thing for your questionnaire. So these are the questionnaires that your clients are going to answer when they begin the onboarding process, right? So if you want, you can delete some of these questions or you can add in additional questions, right? You also can add in entire sections. So, for instance, I know there are a few of you that might do a lot of earned income tax credit clients. Well, you might want to add in a whole EITC due diligence section to make sure that your clients are answering their EITC due diligent questions, right? So, what I did, I added in some questions down here I added in questions related to COVID, right? And I called this my COVID-19 questions. I said, did you or your family get COVID this year? Yes or no, right? So, like, let me actually edit this. Did you or your family get COVID in 2020, right? Yes or no. And then I can hit save. Oh, let's see. Hit save. And let's cancel that. So, did you purchase health insurance through a government sponsored marketplace? Yes or no? So, let's do this. Let's add in another question and let's fill it out. And then we're going to do this as a drop down. And then the question is going to be either yes or no. There we go. And then let's delete this one. And then I might want to ask another follow-up question to say, if yes, how long were you off work, right? And make it not a required field. So field required means, is it a required question or not? So we're not going to make this question required because they might not have contracted COVID in 2020. We're also going to just put this as a text area just to allow them to put in their response. And then I'm going to hit save. So those two questions are now in here. Did you get COVID in 2020? If yes, how long were you off work, right? You might want to ask those particular questions. There are some other questions down here that says, do you want audit support, right? Yes or no. Do you want printed copies of your tax return? You can ask that question or you can delete it. If you know you're not going to give anyone a printed copy, you're just going to give them an electronic copy, go ahead and just delete this question, right? If you know that's not even an option for you. Then you can ask your direct deposit information. And now let's just say you wanted to add maybe some Schedule C questions in here. You definitely can, right? You definitely can. Then the same thing for your business tax return. So you're actually going to just customize all of your business questions and what you need when you're onboarding your business tax clients. So maybe an S corp, a corporation, a partnership. This is the field type or the service type that you want to use for those types of businesses. Right. And the same thing for CFO services, tax planning, tax resolution, payroll. Like, we have already put in these questionnaires for you. So all you have to do is just edit out these questions, delete them as you need, add in sections, and just kind of customize it to your particular firm. Now, you can also keep track of all of your client bills here. So, I see that I have $10,306.50 outstanding. I have only 2 bills paid, right? So I can actually see, who owes me money and for what service types do they owe me money. And then I can take a deeper look at, what it's for and the kind of the actual description of it. The other thing and the last thing is your CRM management. Okay. So the great part about Onboardable is that you can actually keep track of all of your leads. So what you want to do is you want to put your leads in here as you're meeting new people on social media, as you are meeting people, maybe out in real life. You actually want to put them in here so you can actually know when to follow up and to kind of keep track of your lead value, right? So let's go to one of my leads, Usher Raymond, right? So I'm going to go to Usher Raymond. And I see that I got this lead from Facebook. He's a business client, and I quoted him for a business tax return and bookkeeping, right? So what you want to do is you want to put your lead value right here where it says lead potential revenue. And here's how you want to calculate your revenue, your lead potential revenue. You want to look at what is the annual amount that you can potentially get from this client if they become a client. So I quoted him $500 a month for bookkeeping and $1,500 for his business tax return. Well, $500 a month times 12, that's $6,000 for the year, plus $1,500 for his business tax return. So total lead potential value is $7,500. Right now, I can come down here and actually follow up with Usher Raymond. And I implore all of my clients to follow up with all of their prospects and actually everybody. We do what's called follow-up Fridays. and I teach my client to make Fridays their follow-up day. Okay. So every Friday, we come in, we follow up with all of our prospects, our leads, our clients, people that owe us money, people that still haven't submitted their required documentation in order to be onboarded properly. Right. We follow up with everybody every single Friday. And of course, that's just a day that you can do it any day or do it every day, your follow up with certain types of clients and prospects. So what you can do here with an onboardable is you can send a follow-up message to this prospect right now. So I've already sent 2 follow-up messages to him. On January 6th, I said, "Hi, Usher. Did you get a chance to speak with your wife about bookkeeping services and getting started, Krista?" Right. So you want to follow up, and Onboardable just makes it really easy to follow up with all of your leads, because when we go back to our homepage, we see we got $92,000 worth of money waiting for us just with these 8 clients. So this is kind of like incentivizing you to make sure that you follow up with your people, right? So let's go back to Usher Raymond really quick. I see that I also have this documents files manager, and I can add files to this. The reason why this is added here is because there will be times where you add in proposals, and like, let's just say you did a proposal for a bookkeeping client or a proposal for a tax client. You can actually add that right here within the CRM management for this particular prospect, right? So this is the entire system for Onboardable. They are just getting started, and there's going to be so much more added to this software. So you definitely want to go ahead and get signed up. Start your free 14-day trial, see how you like it, and go through the workflow steps. It's so fascinating to be able to take your self onboarding this link, and post it on like social media, and post it on, actually send it as an email to all of your existing clients, right? So if you've already been in business, you can take your onboarding link and send it out to all of your existing clients to say, "Hey, we're using this new system to go ahead so we can better, assist you this tax season virtually," right? So never before has it been easier to work with clients virtually, to actually allow them to, send over documents securely, sign their engagement letters, to communicate with you and your staff, and you to be able to manage your entire virtual team, right? So I have, clients, staff members that work in the Philippines, right? That work in India, and they're able to use Onboardable, and actually we are all able to collaborate on our client files together. So you want to do the exact same thing. You want to be able to work and hire and outsource some of your work, so you're not the only person doing it. And now Onboardable just makes it easy for you to do that. So oh, thank you, James. James donated almost $100 to me just now. I didn't even know I could even accept payments through YouTube. That's amazing. Thank you, James. Um, James says, "Thanks for using your gift to add value to others." Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. So let's see. Ruben says, "Hey." Merlin says, "What app or software is this?" So it's Onboardable. So you can go to onboardable.com. Do you own or create onboardable areas as? Yes, I do. I do own onboardable areas. What app or software? Yeah. So awesome, guys. So the great part is that you can also join our private Facebook community. So we do have a private onboardable Facebook community, and I also personally give setup calls with new onboardable subscribers. So if you do sign up for onboardable, you're going to be sent an email with all of your information that you need to actually successfully onboard a client, like your checklist, access to our private Facebook group, and then also a link where you can book your setup call with me, right? And we'll get on Zoom, and I'll actually help you set up your firm and actually walk you through the entire process, walk you through the entire system, so you can actually just be already set up by the time you leave that setup call, right? The setup call typically takes about 45 minutes, and we have you set up and ready to accept clients with ease. So yeah, you're welcome, Merlin. Hey, Alan. So he says, "How does this compare to Drake?" Excuse me. So, Onboardable is a practice management software. And right now, so what we're working on is that in future, we want you to be able to take your client questionnaires and just import them into your tax software, right? That's going to be coming in future. So right now, Onboardable is a system where you can get clients from all over the country, right? With your onboarding link, you can go ahead and start onboarding them, getting their documents over, requesting signatures, managing your practice, managing your workflow, keeping on task, right? Not only your clients having something very beautiful to log into to actually send their documents to, right? Because how many of you are still using email, right? I know I was using email for a while, right? Using email to send over, sensitive client information, communicating solely through email with my clients, right? And so while that's okay, you want to have like a very professional portal that your clients can go to for any type of service. So your tax software is where you're actually going to do the taxes, right? So you're still going to use Drake or My Tax Prep Office Online or Crosslinks or TaxSlayer, whatever tax software you use. This is going to help you manage your entire practice, right? So it really makes sense when you start to get over, I would say about 25 tax clients and you have at least over 2 to 3 bookkeeping clients, you might want to start implementing a practice management software like this one to where now you can manage your workflow, you can outsource some of this work and you don't get, you know, just lost with your workflow process, right? It actually keeps you on track to making sure that you get work submitted on time, that you collecting documents from clients on time and so forth. So you're still going to use your Drake. You're still going to use any tax software that you use. No worries with that. But this is going to help you manage. And the great part that I like is just the onboarding, right? Just getting your clients to just select what services they want, go through their questionnaire with ease, take pictures of their documents, and just securely onboard themselves. And then you and your team can go ahead and get started on your backend process, on your workflow. Jamie says, is this for tax professionals who are already in business? I'm a first year tax preparer and need software. Oh yeah, Jamie. So I would say, yeah, this is good if you think that you're going to get over 25 tax clients, right? I would say if you haven't gotten at least your first 10 tax clients yet, then just wait. You don't really need it right now. But I would say for sure, these are for the people that are going to have at least 25 plus tax clients and a handful of bookkeeping clients. But I know, Jamie, I don't know, you said you need software. You need tax software. So Onboardable isn't tax software. So you can get like My Tax Prep Office, you can get other softwares that are, kind of easy to use for your first year and go ahead and get that secured right away. Jamie, do you have your EFIN and your PTIN by chance? Elisa says, hello from Miami. Ugh, I want to move to Miami so bad, Elisa. Take me with you. Take me with you. It snowed like, I don't know, like 8 or 10 inches this weekend in Michigan. I was just like, you know what? Me and my daughter, we pulled up Miami. Like, what was the weather in Miami? I think, was it yesterday? It was 79 degrees. And I was just like, see, this is why I should be in Miami right now. All right. So Elisa says, do you file taxes from there or what do you do once you have the document? So Elisa, once you have your documents, you're just going to go to your tax software. So whatever tax software you use, you're going to take that information that your client submitted over securely and put it into your tax software. And then once you're done with your client's taxes, you're going to upload that to your client and send it over to them. Will Sandra says, hi, do you get the engagement letter signed before you start the work? Hey, Will Sandra. So you definitely want to get over your engagement letter typically before you start your client work because you just want to make sure that you're on the same page with what is to be done, the expectations are. And so I typically send out the engagement letter pretty much first thing. So not only do I send out a deposit, and the deposit, guys, is optional. You don't have to send out a deposit. I send out a deposit to the client to pay, and then I'll immediately send their engagement letter to electronically sign within Onboardable. Okay, beautiful. So Jamie, you just need your tax software right now. Yep, you just need your tax software right now. And we do have a partnership with My Tax Prep Office. So if you go with them, you can get 25% off by using the discount code Krista if you want to get something that was really affordable for you. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Awesome. Um, Hi, Krista. This is Chanel from Miami, Florida. Can you change the settings to accommodate other languages? Hey, so yeah, we actually just started being asked about being able to change the language. So we will work on that. I just don't know when that update will be released. It'll probably be like a month or two out, a few months out, right? But people have been asking about Spanish versions for their clients. So, yes, we do have several people that were like, Crystal, we need a Spanish version for the client so they can read everything in Spanish and be able to upload everything. So, yes, that will be worked on. It will be a few months before we implement that. But we'll be sure to let you guys know when that is available. Awesome, guys. Awesome. So, great call tonight. If you have any questions other than this, go ahead and feel free to reach out. You can, sign up for your free 14-day trial of Onboardable, see how you like it, play around in there, onboard yourself, right? You have two different emails. So sign up with one email for your professional side and then onboard yourself so you can see what it feels like to click on your onboarding link to actually go through that process that your clients are going to go through. Like actually experience that for yourself. And then once you experience it for yourself, go ahead and send that link out to all of your friends to say, hey, I'm accepting tax clients this year and click this link to get started, right? You want to post it on Facebook, post it on Instagram, like let everyone know that you are doing taxes this year and that they can work with you, right? This is going to be an easy marketing tool for you to use where they can just securely just create their profiles and it looks beautiful, right? It's professional and they can become a client with ease, right? It's not going to take them long to become a client. Kay says, can you talk a bit more about the deposit you send to your client? Yeah, Kay. So so in the beginning, I didn't charge deposits, right? I was new. I just wanted anybody to come to me, right? Typically, when you get to a certain level in your career where now you, instead of quantity, you want more quality clients, you can tell your clients to make a deposit. And that's just if you are getting so many clients to come your way, you have to prioritize who to work on first and who to work on last, right? First in, first out, last in, like this just helps you prioritize. So we started implementing the deposit. And this is just was for my firm, right? You don't have to do this if you're a newbie. So this is just a disclaimer for you guys. This is just only for when you get to a certain point in your career where you have hundreds of people trying to work with you. You can set up a feature where they have to pay a deposit before you even begin client work, right? So tax returns you can typically set for $100. Bookkeeping clients $500, right? They need to make a deposit in order to become officially a client for you to actually onboard them. So that is just something that I implemented. But of course, if you are just starting out, go ahead and onboard your clients, work on their file. But I still recommend though, don't submit any of your work product to the client until they paid you, unless you are getting paid through their refund, right? That's a whole nother story. But you don't want to submit over client work until a client has actually paid you for that work. And this is typically more so with like bookkeeping services, CFO, tax planning, maybe tax resolution. It's not uncommon for those particular services for you to collect a deposit up front because you want to make sure that this person is serious, they're committed to seeing this service offering through to its entirety, right? To the very end. Hey, Bonnie. So the deposit just goes towards their fee, whatever their fee is. And typically it's not non-refundable. No. There will be certain instances where they possibly could get it back, but this is just saying, hey, I want to get started with services, and you would take whatever the deposit, you will take that and put it towards their final bill. Deanna says, how long does the 14-day trial last? I'm new to tax preparation as well and don't quite have 25 clients yet. Deanna, that's a very funny question. She says, how long does the 14-day trial last? Um, the 14-day trial lasts 14 days and you can try it. And then after, before the 14-day trial, you can go ahead and cancel, right? If you don't want to keep it, just cancel it, and they won't charge you anything. Yeah. And so, Deanna, if you're not quite there yet, where you don't need a practice management, just wait. Go ahead and just focus on growing your business, getting some clients. And then as you grow and it becomes painful to keep up with your clients, that's when you need to add in a practice management solution, right? When you know that it is painful to keep up with all of these clients that you have, you're almost running the risk of, submitting client work late. Like as soon as the quality of your work and your stress levels go through the roof, it's probably time to incorporate some practice management solution like Onboardable. Hey, Arius, I've already answered that question. You can watch the replay and get that question answered again. Thank you, Quila. Thank you, Quila. Awesome, guys. So I believe everybody has, you are able to send invoices to the client. Are they able to pay through this software as well? Yes. So they'll be able to pay their invoices. So you're going to send so what you're going to do is you're going to sync your Stripe account into Onboardable. So you have to have your own Stripe account. And Stripe, you can sign up for free. Stripe does charge you like a 2% of your bill amount, but you can sign up with them for free. And then when you sign up for Onboardable is going to have you integrate your Stripe account into the software. So now when you go to send your bills out to your clients and your clients pay, it's going to go to your Stripe payment account, right? That's how you're going to keep track. In the future, what we want to do is actually integrate with QuickBooks. We're thinking about integrating with, I think it's called CPA Charge. Just giving you more options on how you actually collect these payments outside of Stripe. So Stripe is the primary and only way that you can collect payments, which is okay because most people that I know have Stripe anyway. But we do want to integrate, and we are working on integrating with QuickBooks, as well as possibly integrating with CPA Charge. Bonnie says it's a monthly fee after the trial. Yes, the monthly fee is after the trial. It is. Yeah, but you can cancel, obviously before your 14 days. So if you guys need any support, you can go to hello@onboardable.com and ask any additional questions. Like I said, you can also sign up for Zoom setup sessions. If you want me, possibly it's probably going to be me, actually onboard you and get you set up, then you can go ahead and sign up for those sessions as well. Oh, integrating with Zelle. I wonder I wonder if they even do those type of integrations. I will look into it. I'll definitely look into that. I'm gonna write it down. I don't know if they do those type of integrations, but if they do, why not? Yeah, why not? All right, guys. Well, wonderful conversation tonight. Nice seeing a lot of these names in here. And thank you, James, again. I really appreciate you. And so, yeah, if you have any other questions, go ahead and drop them below, or you can email hello@onboardable.com. Or if you want to email me personally, you can email me at hello@kristatias.com. All right, guys.